Hi everyone, I hope you're well, surviving at home. I've put together a short practice. This time it is short. I think last time was a little longer than I anticipated, but this practice is sort of created to work with Sardis Phys Ed students. So anyone can follow along, but there are going to be some key moments where I will drop little hints that you need to know this to report back to your teacher. So if you are a Sardis Phys Ed student, then make sure you go the whole way through. Otherwise you'll miss one and then you'll be in trouble. And I don't want you to be in trouble because I know fits, and yeah, I wouldn't want to be that person. So for today, fairly simple Vinyasa practice, which means we're going to link movements, and just that, we're going to be in a state of movement for the majority of the practice. So follow along. Yeah, and let me know. You can comment, you can leave me a message if you have any questions. All right, here we go. Start out standing at the top of your mat with your feet hip distance apart. So what that should look like is about 5 or 6 inches between your big toe mounds. And make sure that your feet are also parallel to one another. This will be our key template that we'll work with throughout the practice. And we'll always come back to this pose. So release your arms at your sides. Bring your head to a neutral position. Feel free to close your eyes if you like. Otherwise, soften them and look forward. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. And on your next inhale, reach your arms out and up. Look up toward your thumbs. And then when you exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward. You can bend your knees if they're tight. Take your fingertips to the floor or your hands to your shins. Let your head drop from the root of your neck. And then inhale, stretch your chest forward away from your thighs. Look forward. And when you exhale, fold in. Root down through your feet. Inhale all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms out and up. Bring your palms together. And then exhale your hands down the midline of your body. Pause at your upper chest. And release your arms at your sides. So again, inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Touch the ground or your shins. Let your head release from the root of your neck. Inhale, stretch your chest forward. Look forward. When you exhale, fold back in. Again, inhale, come all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms up, look up. Exhale your hands to your upper chest. And release your arms at your sides. One more time, inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward from your thighs. And when you exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale your hands to your upper chest. And release your arms at your sides. Nice. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Touch the ground. This time I want you to bend your knees as much as you need to in order to get your fingertips on the floor. And then, without lifting your fingertips, stretch your chest forward away from your thighs, so any amount that's available to you. Now, step your left leg all the way back behind you. And then gently lower your left knee down onto the floor. And just make sure that the distance between your back leg and your front leg allows for your front shin to be vertical, straight up and down. Plant your left hand on the floor, maybe on the line of your mat or on the floor a little wider than it. And if you don't have a mat, that's okay too. Take your right hand onto your right knee. And then from your belly button, twist your chest toward your right inner thigh. And then look over your right leg. Option to keep your right hand on your thigh or stretch your arm up overhead. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. So if you're keeping your hand on your thigh, go for it. Otherwise, we're going to add to it, and this is where Sardis students, you want to pay attention. So reach your arm back, and then down, and then forward, then up. So you're essentially creating a giant circle. Again, reach back, down, forward, and up. And then one more time, reach back, down, forward, and up. And take one more full breath here. And then lower your right hand down onto the floor. Plant both of your hands, lift your back knee, lift your hips, and then step your right foot back to meet your left for downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Look forward toward your hands and step your right foot to your right thumb. Turn your left heel down and then come all the way up to standing. Bend your right knee until your knee is over your ankle. And then align your shoulders over your hips, stretch your arms out from your shoulders to a T. And then turn your chin and your eyes to the right, look over your right hand. Take a deep breath in. Take a smooth breath out, maybe settle your hips a little deeper. So here's another moment where I want you Sardis students to pay attention so you can report back to fits. The next time you inhale, reach your arms up overhead, straighten your leg and look up to your hands. When you exhale, lower your hands back down, bend your knee, but look toward your backhand. And now inhale, straighten your leg, bring your hands in toward your chest, look over your hands. And when you exhale, look forward over your front hand, bend your knee, stretch your arms. Good. Again, inhale, reach up, look up, straighten your leg. Exhale, look back, lower your arms, bend your knee. Inhale, bring your hands together, straighten your leg, look over your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, straighten your arms, look over your front hand again. Last time, inhale, stretch up, straighten your legs, look up. Exhale, look back, lower your arms, bend your knee. Inhale, bring your hands to your heart, straighten your leg. Exhale, straighten your arms, bend your knee, look over your front hand. Stay here, take a deep breath in. When you breathe out, lower your hands to the floor. Lift your back knee, turn your back leg forward, and then step your back foot up to meet your front foot. Organize your feet to be hip distance apart, and then inhale, stretch your chest forward. When you exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, release your arms down at your sides. And pause here. Again, inhale, stretch your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward. Inhale, stretch your chest forward away from your thighs. And when you exhale, now step your right leg back first. Gently lower your right knee down onto the ground. Make sure your front shin is vertical, straight up and down. Plant your right hand on the floor a little wider than your shoulder. If you're using a mat, then sort of on the edge of your mat or a little wider. And take your left hand onto your left knee. Tack your left outer hip back, just to make sure that you keep your hips squared to the top of the mat. I didn't say that on the first side. I probably should have, so I apologize. But just try to keep your hips facing forward and turn from your belly button to turn your chest toward your left inner leg. And then you can either keep your hand on your thigh or reach your left arm up into the air. Take a breath here. And if your hand is on your thigh, you can keep it there, or, Sardis students, here you go. Inhale, reach back and down, forward and up. Exhale. Inhale, reach back and down, forward and up. Exhale. Reach back and down, forward and up. Take a full breath here. And then lower your left hand to the ground, pick your back knee up, lift your hips, and then step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Downward facing dog, take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Deep breath in, look forward. As you exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb. Turn your right heel to the floor. and then rise to standing. Bend your left knee until your knee is over your ankle, not beyond it, not behind it, right over top. And then align your shoulders over your hips. Stretch your arms out from your shoulders, and then look over your left hand. So your left hand is now your front hand. Take a full breath here. And the next time you inhale, straighten your front leg, reach your arms up and look up. When you exhale, bend your knee, lower your arms, look back toward your back hand. And then inhale, straighten your leg, bring your hands together, look over your hands. And then exhale, straighten your arms, bend your knee, look forward. Again, inhale, reach up, look up, straighten your leg. Exhale, bend your knee, lower your arms, look back. Inhale your hands to your heart, straighten your leg. Exhale, straighten your arms, bend your knee, look forward. One more time, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, warrior two, look over your back hand. Inhale your hands to your heart, straighten your leg. Exhale, warrior two, look forward. Take a breath in. When you breathe out, return your hands to the floor. Lift your back heel, turn your leg forward, and then step your right foot up to meet your left foot. Inhale, stretch your chest forward, and exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms up, look up, and then exhale your hands to your heart. Release your arms at your sides. Take a moment, catch your breath. And then staying at the top of your mat, organize your feet to be hip distance apart if they've moved in any way. And place your hands on your hips. Shift your weight into your right foot. So ground your right foot down and then start to practice balancing on your left foot. And then once you're kind of steady here, I want you to bring your leg all the way up so that your knee is level with your hip. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Take a breath in. And now when you exhale, start to hinge from your hips and tip forward. And as you do, stretch your left leg back. So you'll only bow forward as much as you can counterbalance the weight of your back leg. So you're creating a T shape with your body. This is warrior three with your hands on your hips. So now very carefully bend your right knee, lower your left toes to the mat behind you, and then lean your torso upright so you can be in a lunge position. Align your front knee over your front ankle and make sure your back leg isn't sagging, so keep it straight. Lift your arms up overhead, breathe in. When you breathe out, bring your hands to your heart, draw your belly button to your spine, and then twist and hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Stack your right hand in your left hand. Point your right elbow to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. When you breathe out, see if you can twist a little deeper from your belly up through your head. And then look down toward the floor. And then lower your hands to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here, in and out through your nose. And then look forward toward your hands. And step your left foot to your left thumb. So big step forward. And then lower your right knee down onto the ground. So make sure, once again, your front shin is vertical, straight up and down. And then plant your right fingertips on the floor or your palm and put your left hand on your left thigh again. So we've been here already, but we're going to take it a step further. Take a deep breath in as you are. And when you breathe out, draw your belly button to your spine and turn your chest toward your left thigh. Okay? Draw your shoulders onto your back. And then take your top arm and reach it back behind you. Turn your palm to face the ceiling. So you're going to hang out here, or if you can keep this position in your arm and bend your back knee till your toes point to the ceiling, then touch the outer edge of your foot with the outer edge of your hand. If you can do that, do that. And then once you've caught your foot, if you're going there, bend your left elbow back behind you so you can turn your chest a little more fully to the left and up. If you can't catch your foot, Then just put it back down and come back to this position, okay? Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Deep breath in, full breath out. One more time, deep breath in. As you breathe out, lower your left hand to the floor. Pick your back knee up and then step your right foot up next to your left foot. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward, and exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms up overhead, and then exhale your hands to your heart. Release your arms at your sides. Set up to do the second side. So place your hands on your hips, and then shift your weight into your left foot. Steady yourself on your left leg, and then bring your right leg up so that your knee is level with your right hip. Take a deep breath in. A full breath out as you do ground down through your standing foot, and maybe you can get a little more space between your back heel and the top of your head. Take another inhale breath when you're ready. And as you exhale, start to tip forward and also stretch your right leg back. So pour yourself forward, but only to the point of counterbalancing your back leg, which should be straight and up high, level with your hip. Start to bend into your left knee, and then tap your right toes on the floor at the back of your mat. Then lean your upper body back so your spine is more upright. Bend your left knee until your knee is over your ankle. So you can keep that, and then reach your arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, bring your hands to your upper chest. Draw your ribs back. Start to bow and then twist. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. And then stack your left hand and your right hand. Point your left elbow to the ceiling and turn your chest higher toward your thumbs. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Big breath in. And when you breathe out, return your hands to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Look forward toward your hands, breathe in. When you breathe out, step your right foot forward. Lower your left knee gently to the floor. And make sure that you first tied your hair up before you did this. Make sure that your front shin is again vertical. So you want your stance to be far enough apart that this isn't an issue or it isn't effortful or anything like that. Plant your right hand down and take your left hand onto your, plant your left hand down, take your right hand to your right thigh. And then push down into your thigh and twist your heart to your right, over your right thigh. So you can stay here, or what I'd like you to do is reach your top arm up and back. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. So option to stay here, remember, stay here. Or if you can, keep your arm in this position with your palm facing up and bend your back knee until your toes point to the ceiling. And maybe touch the outer edge of your foot with the outer edge of your pinky finger. And if you can do that and catch your foot and draw your foot in a little bit, flex your foot into your hand, and then bend your right elbow back behind you so you can turn a little more deeply. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Deep breath in, full breath out. One more big breath in, full breath out. Release your foot if you're holding it. Lower your right hand, lift your back knee, and step your back foot forward. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward from your thighs, and when you exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen forward, and when you exhale, simply sit down on the floor. A well-earned seat. Stretch your legs out in front of you. So in case you're wondering if I forgot, no, I haven't. So Sardis students, I haven't given you your third and final sort of hint that you need to report back to your teacher, so just keep paying attention. Turn your right toes out to the right, just kind of lazily, and then grab your ankle and draw your foot up toward your inner thigh. I'll turn this way so you can see. So you go from here to here. And then kind of lean forward and scoot your butt back on the floor. And then use your hands as good solid leverage to kind of create a little bit of a turn in your torso toward your straight leg. So you want to turn at your belly button, not at your hips. So turn a little bit until the midline of your belly or your torso is kind of in line with the midline of your leg. And then if there's space to keep those things and fold forward, then I want you to lean forward. And you can take your right hand to your outer left knee or shin or ankle or maybe even your foot. I recommend using your left hand out wider as leverage to keep the turn in your torso. Look straight down toward your leg and take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. And then the next time you inhale, come back up to a neutral seat. And when you exhale, stretch your right leg forward. Turn your left toes out. Drag your foot toward the top of your right inner thigh. Take a deep breath in. When you breathe out, start to lean a little bit forward and use your hands as leverage again to turn you, but now in the opposite direction. So think of lining up the midline of your belly with the midline of your thigh. So lean down, and if there's space from here to take your left hand to your outer knee, you can, or down to your shin, or your ankle, or your foot. So totally up to you. You can also stay a little more upright and just focus on the slight turn. So look more down toward the floor or down towards your leg, depending on how deep into the pose you are. You can also close your eyes and start to breathe here. Take a deep breath in and a smooth breath out. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in and breath out. Inhale to a neutral spine, and when you exhale, release your left leg. I'm going to turn forward again, and so I want you to have both of your legs outstretched in front of you, and kind of scoot your thighs back a little bit so that you can sit forward on your pelvis. So no rounding in your spine, none of this. You want to sit more forward. Take a deep breath in, and when you breathe out, just see what you got. Walk your arms forward, see if you can lean forward. And we're all different here, so go with what feels like an appropriate edge for you. So you're challenged, but you can still breathe, and you don't have to use your face to try it. You can look forward or you can look down, depending on how deep into the pose you are. Bring your focus to your breath. So breathe in, kind of expand the back of your body. And when you breathe out, soften the back of your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And then inhale all the way up to a tall seat. And when you breathe out, bend your knees, plant your feet. And then, okay, Sardis students, here's another hint for you. So stretch your arms forward. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest up more. And when you breathe out, I want you to lower down one vertebra at a time. So you're going to start with your pelvis, lower down. And then now you should start to feel your lower core muscles needing to work to keep you moving very slowly. Try to keep your feet planted. Keep lowering slowly, slowly, slowly. Try not to use your face. It's okay if you're shaking. Slowly, slowly, slowly lower all the way down. And then once you get there, walk your feet in a little closer to your hips. And then look straight up toward the ceiling. Don't move your gaze. With your arms at your sides, bend your elbows and kind of rock your shoulders underneath you a little more deeply. So in that way, you can puff your upper chest. Notice there's a clear arc in my lower spine away from the floor. So I'm not pressing my back into the floor, tipping the pelvis forward so that there is a clear arc. Then I'm going to use your butt muscles, squeeze your butt muscles, and that will support you as well as engage your abdomen. So butt muscles active, abdomen active. Keep those, and then push your feet down, lift your hips up. You can keep your arms like this, or you can support your hips with your hands. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Deep breath in, full breath out. Deep breath in, and full breath out. So if your hands are under you, release them. And now, from the top of your spine, start to roll down. You can even come onto your tiptoes. You can lower one vertebra at a time with your pelvis coming down last. And when you get there, just kind of lift your legs up and give them a shake if they're a little tired. Put your feet back down. And then lay your arms out wide into a T shape at your sides. And then with your feet planted on the ground, your knees still deeply bent, pick your hips up and shift them to the left. And then keeping your hips over to the left, fold your knees up and over to your right. Kind of tuck them up close and then turn your chin and your eyes to the left. Look over your left hand. So eyes to the left, knees to the right. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. Bring your chin and your eyes back to center. And then bring your knees back to center. Plant your feet. Bring your hips back to center. And then shift your hips to the right. Bring your knees up and over to your left. Your legs are stacked here. And then turn your chin and your eyes to the right. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale and bring your chin and your eyes back to center. And then exhale, bring your knees back to center. Plant your feet. Lift your hips up, bring them back to center. And then hug your knees in toward your chest. And you can rock a little bit from side to side. Then when you've had enough of this, stretch your legs out long along the floor in front of you. And release your arms out at your sides. So you can stay just like this, or you can curl up on your side or your tummy. Close your eyes. Release any effort you have tied to your breathing. And just rest here for a good 3 to 5 minutes. If you have more time, then stay longer. But if not, 3 minutes or 5 minutes will be just fine.